The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by famous Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. Don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also support us on PayPal and Anchor FM. And for great gift ideas like pop socks, t-shirts, hoodies, and a lot of cool gift ideas, including throw pillows, tote bags, and more, go to Amazon.com/the Mike Wagner Show. And for more great gift ideas, including great books by Mian Mohsen Zia, go to Amazon.com/Mian Mohsen Zia and order today. We're here with a terrific author who is the most sought after self-help author during the pandemic. And he is an award-winning trendsetter. His book pretty much set the standard for no nonsense self-help as well. So he's the new king of self-help. He explains the process, way of life, and he's been doing this for 40 years. Cutting edge counselor, clinical trainer, therapist, and author. And he's also developed a program while at the Community Psychiatric Center in Bangor, Pennsylvania. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios somewhere in his beautiful downtown office, ladies and gentlemen, the author of the Fix It Yourself Handbook, and he's like the ultimate fix-it man, and we can always fix it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, author of the Fix It Yourself Handbook, Dr. Faust Ruggiero. Dr. Faust, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, good morning, Mike. It's a wonderful day here. I appreciate you inviting me. Let's have some fun.
Oh, we'll definitely have some fun. I already had some fun with you as soon as we connected. As soon as the ping hit, it's like, I can tell we had fun already, just right off the bat. Your fishing background even said so as well, too. It says, Doctor, we're going to have fun today.
Well, you know what? If you can't have fun with what you're doing and there's something wrong, you can usually find something good in everything. So I just look to have as much fun as possible, move on from there.
Mm-hmm. And of course, that's also explained as well, too, in the Fix It Yourself Handbook. You're the most sought after self-help author during the pandemic. And you're also an award-winning author as well, too. And your book has just been setting the standard for the no-nonsense innovative self-help as well, too. And you've been doing this for 40 years as a cutting-edge counselor and also clinical trainer and also therapist and more. You also developed a program in Bangor, Pennsylvania. And before getting all that, tell us how first got started, Dr. Faust.
Mike, I'm that guy that when you're in school, that student, the little kid that everybody came and talked to. I was just a good listener. It's just how I was. And, I took an interest in people. I love being with people. I love talking to them, finding out new things about them. So that evolved into, going to college, studying psychology, coming out of school and working in a whole lot of different environments. And now the last 32 years, I've been in private practice.
Wow. That is amazing. And I can tell you take such great interest in people, and I could tell too. So, and what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing today?
For me, I came out of grad school, worked in a couple clinics and things like that. And then I had the option to just go in and do a little bit of counseling in a prison. And it really stuck. That was a whole different way to look at life, redefined a whole lot of things for me. So I counseled there for about 5 years, actually, right before I started my private practice. But that was a game changer.
And it had to be a game changer, too. And also what influenced you to becoming an author and also start writing a book?
Well, again, you come out of school and they teach you all these things and all these different ways that you're gonna help people, and then you get into the real world and you see how, at least 20 or 30% of it really works. So you start counseling people, and that's what I did. And I started to see this work. I phased that part out, and I started to realize that there were processes, simple things that we can all do that we stopped doing. We depend on the outside world now. So I just defined all those things, put it into a program, gave it to a couple thousand of people in the last 20 years, and it really took off, really helped a lot of people. So now it's time to get it out there, get the message out. This works. You can do it. It's real easy. It's basic, logical stuff that we just got away from.
Mm-hmm. And what are some simple things that you mentioned that we completely forgot about?
One of the things we forgot about is going slow. Slow down.
Yes.
We're a fast-paced society. Everything's quick fix. Give it to me now. And we lost the ability to understand how to acquire those things. So I'm telling people, slow down. Get your head off autopilot. Stop following the crowd. Get honest with yourself. Big one there. Again, we can all do that. Get your intellect over your emotion. I talk about that a lot. Get your brain in the game and stop reacting and looking for the weak side. I want people to get strong inside. That's the whole game. Learn how to communicate. Learn gratitude, humility, faith. All those things that can move us to higher levels. And just get away from what we're doing now. This follow the world. Let's see what's trending. Let me try to fit in there, get my 15 seconds of fame or whatever it is that you want. I like people to slow it down, learn the processes, and be happy the rest of their lives. It's real simple.
And of course, social media also, everyone knows pretty much that just, it's almost like a supercharged fuel that just, regenerates as well, too. And sometimes you wish social media would slow down in a way.
Social media, Mike, is one of those things where we all know the evils of it,
Mm-hmm.
and we all talk about it, and we say, oh, my God, watch it. And then we all do it. Somewhere along the line, I tell people, just disconnect for a whole day here and there. Put your cell phone away for a day if you can. Just accept the very important calls. I've had people in my office where they put the phone on the stand next to them, and they'll the text is on. They're looking at this thing and they're trying to see all the text. And I'm saying, can you not do that for 50 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. The calls will be there, but now it's such an addictive process. And again, sometimes moving forward means disengaging from some of the old things so you can clear the garbage out and then move forward.
Mm-hmm. And of course, for those who got phones on right now, we urge everybody to turn it off at this time, just like I'm doing. If you don't know how to do it, just replay and just watch what I'm doing. So I'm doing that. I mainly did that just for a purpose, just to show. So we're going to just, everybody shut the phones off and hold the calls, back in the secretary and say, hey, I'm in a meeting. I'll be right back. Take a message back in the day as well, too, that, of course, some of the simple things and maybe some other examples like, walk away from whatever stressful, like go for a walk or go for a hike in the woods, or even like, sit down, read a book, or maybe just pick up a newspaper and just, read a bit, or even like pick up the comics back in the day.
You laugh at stuff like that, but boy, when we were kids, we did stuff like that and we were happy. We didn't have a ton of choices. There was nothing inside that was going to hold us in there. Maybe a book, like you say, a television, but basically we were out. We spent 8 or 10 or 12 hours outside. We had a blast. With much fewer choices. Now, these young people have so many choices that it's confusing for them. They don't know what to do. That's hard. When you have that many choices, it's hard for anyone. I always tell parents that get them off the social media. Get them off, at least for a while. Get them away from the video games. We got a whole lot of obese kids running around right now because you sit, you eat, and you play games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move off that.
Yeah, I can imagine going for a walk, tick, 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 something like that. And that's got to change, obviously, too. So,
well, I laugh. If you're in a grocery store and you're watching people walk into each other and into aisles and everything, because while they're walking, they're texting. And I said, my God, is it that important? Are you winning the lottery? Is it? What are you doing?
I can imagine. LOL. Oh, excuse me. LOL. LOL. Excuse me. LOL. Oh, excuse me. It's almost like becoming bumper cars. Hey, that's a sport I think we can come up with. It's like bumper car texting.
There you go. Be careful. It sounds crazy enough, but someone may do it.
or it could do maybe like text bowling or something. You just roll and you text and see how many pins you can hit without looking at the pins. But
I keep telling people, life's simple. It's fun. Get the stress out of you. Get this, I have to be here. I have to do this. I got to follow this person over here. Got to have my cell phone. Got to be on social media. It's not the fact that we do it. It's the God. I have to do it. I have to be there. That's what's killing us. This idea that if we don't, something's going to happen. If we don't, we're going to lose ground, and somehow we're not going to be in where we need to be. That's the thing. This pressure that I must do it. You can go on Facebook calmly and relax, and then get off, and it's no big deal. Versus, I've got to be there. I've got to text. I've got to have my phone on. That's the problem. That's the stressor right there. This feeling that we must. And I just tell people, all I want to do is see you be able to say, I don't need this. I like it. I like doing it. That's okay. But don't feel like you must, because that's an addiction in the end. You can't put it down. That controls you. I always tell them, you control it. It doesn't control you. That's the key.
Mm-hmm. And something I was going to share as well, too, and why it's important not to be on social media all the time, that we went to a Mexican restaurant in Dickinson, North Dakota. He had a singing waiter that loves to sing. He's from Mexico. And he came by our table. He kept singing and cracking jokes and telling. You know why? We did not have our phones on, and his policy, if I see you on your phone, I'm not going to sing to you. I like that.
Absolutely. He's not getting any attention at that point. If you're the guy performing and everybody's got their heads down, it doesn't feel too good. You know?
It's just like you're trying to listen to a podcast or try to watch a podcast. You got your ears, eyes covered here, and you also got this over here, and you're trying to speak. It's like, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And then you get...
And that's what it is, you know. And when you're out there and you're watching people, you know, they got earbuds in, they got their heads down, and doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter how funny you are or how good you sing or whatever it is, they got their heads down. Boy, again, that's an addiction as far as I'm concerned. Now you're stuck in that.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we'll also talk about how to get out of these ruts, how to enjoy being slowing down. Also talk about the process way of life, and also how to handle yourself during a pandemic. We'll talk about that in just a minute with Dr. Faust. But first, you listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author me and Mo Sinzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by me and Mo Sinzia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by me and Mosen Zia has gotten great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by me and Mosen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. Don't forget to support The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Also on Anchor FM and PayPal. And for great gift ideas, go to amazon.com/The Mike Wagner Show. Check out pop sockets, t-shirts, hoodies, long shirts, and also some throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And also check out the great books by me and Mo Sinzia and more on amazon.com/me and Mo Sinzia and order today. We're here with author Dr. Faust Ruggiero here on the Mike Wagner Show. It's the Fix-It Yourself Handbook, and he's been doing this for 40 years as a cutting-edge counselor, clinical trainer, and therapist, and also author as well, too. You also developed a program in Bangor, Pennsylvania, and tell us more about that.
Well, again, it's a program that, I want people to understand is not some new fad kind of a thing. It is based on what we all have inside us already. It's not like you have to learn anything. You're learning how to communicate. We're looking into getting closer to other people, taking life off autopilot. We're talking about gratitude and how to be grateful all the time. We're talking about humility and how that leads to wisdom. We're talking about all those things that we should be doing anyway. We all used to do these things. I always tell people that what I wrote in the book is sort of like the way we eat. Years ago, it was all good, fresh, clean, natural food. And now it's all processed chemical food, and that's the way we tend to live life. And I'm just trying to take people back to simpler times. You can integrate it with the way society moves today, but get yourself to the point that you become strong. You're powerful inside, because then you can take on anything.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's also part of the process way of life. You can also, get a little further into that.
Process way of life is nothing more than taking all these processes that I'm talking about: honesty and communication and getting your intellect over your emotion, learning how to take your walls down, learning how to trust people, warm communication, conflict resolution, simple things like that. They're all processes that when we learn how to do those, we empower ourselves. That's a very simple premise, you know. And I started to realize that people would come in the office and they were losing all these skills. They were getting everything from outside of themselves. And then, of course, when the pandemic hit, everyone's at home. There's no outside anymore. The only thing you have is social media and maybe some podcasting and interviews and things like that. And they weren't getting what they need. And then the drug habit, you know, that increased, alcohol, depression, anxiety. People were on more meds. Families were in trouble, all this kind of stuff because they had to stay home and were disconnected from that outside. Then they went outside and they did it anyway and got the virus. Where if they would have been strong from the beginning and said, okay, let me apply all these processes that I have to what's going on, decisions would be different and their ability to cope would really be increased. So it's always about being powerful inside, not getting everything from the outside.
Mm-hmm. And also back in the day too, that everyone pretty much stayed inside. You go back to the days of Little House on the Prairie, the colonial days, and you want to go back to the caveman times, everybody all congregated into one room almost 24/7, 365.
And made it work and we're happy. You know, today we have this, I keep telling people life's a journey. Take it one step at a time, live in the moment. But we got these grandiose destinations we all have to have and these quick fixes. It's what can I get? What can you do for me? What can I have? And when that doesn't happen, you know, there's a problem. We want all these highs, these spikes in our life when life is best lived on a nice, easy plane. And every now and then you get a little spike. That's the way life is best lived.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you know, some good examples, like say, you know, I mean, you won some awards as well, too, like the Gold Award from Literary Titan, the Silver Award from the Nonfiction Author Association, the Bronze Award from Reader's Favorite. I mean, those are highlights as well, too. And we all enjoy our high and lows as well, too. And especially with your highs, after you get them, it's almost like enjoy the moment and go back to what you're doing.
And that's the way it is. And when you talk about those awards, I've never been one for awards, but those things are things that we talk about earning. You know, there's a process again to get there. I developed the program. Then, you know, you want to write the book, but you say, well, you know, I don't know much about the publishing industry. So now you go out and you find all that out. So you teach yourself those things. Now you look at how you want to write a book. Then you know what's going to happen there. The copy editor is going to come in and say, oh, no, we have to change this around. And you spend a year with that person. And finally, you're ready to publish and go through that whole publishing process. Then you think you're done. And then the publishing people say, well, now we got to promote this book. So, you know, you're going to be doing a whole lot of interviews and talks and all those things. And what used to be, 9-hour days or 12-hour days, and even on the weekends. And then someone says, here's the award. And you say, well, you know what? I worked real hard for this. I can feel good about it versus I didn't do anything for it. I'm not even sure why they gave it. I'm not sure how to earn it. So to do it again would be a problem. I think we have to be able to develop those skills and be able to challenge our world and succeed. That's all this is.
Mm-hmm. It seems to me that people have a hard time earning things. It's almost like they're handed to them or they're entitled and everything. It's just like, simple thing about earning that the fact that, say, I'm trying to think, like, say, you win, you win a marathoner. So it's like, did someone give it to you? It's like, what did you do to earn it? That sort of thing.
Well, you take that idea and look at what's going on today. I do a lot of employee assistance programs, which means I go into corporations and businesses and I help them deal with their people and do programming for them and all those sorts of things. And what we're finding now is they're having trouble attracting people to work because what happened through all this virus says that people got laid off. Then they realized, well, you know what? I'm making just about as much money as I made when I worked. And then I had stimulus packages and whatever else the government's giving me. So now I don't have to go to work, and I'm not going to go to work. I'm going to stay home and collect this. But the problem is that's going to run out. Mm-hmm. It's by no means a permanent venture for us. It's going to run out. And then I say to myself, what are you all going to do? You're going to be a couple years removed from working, so you're going to have to get yourself back in the flow. And it's not like they're going to say, here, I have this wonderful job for you. The wonderful job are going to be taken by the people who decide they wanted to work. So you're going to go back and figure out what you want to do. You pay in front or you pay at the end. Pick your poison, but eventually you're going to pay.
And of course, I see that as well, too, that you get this stimulus and people get this idea that I don't need to go to work. And what are some of the suggestions, to say, what are the reasons for going to work? And what's your reason for not staying home? I mean, what is the real reason that you need to go to work?
Well, beside the fact that you want to take care of yourself and your family, you're keeping your schedule, you're keeping your discipline, you're keeping your ability to stay in touch and aligned with what's going on. Once you start removing yourself from that, you lose ground. And then also your whole mental approach changes. Again, you're back to, well, they're going to give me. Now, the fact that you said that they're going to give me automatically says I have to get that as a gift or some type of a handout from someone else. I'm not earning it. So now my efficiency, my ability to go out there and deal with my environment has been compromised. I now become dependent on other sources and other people. And you know as well as I do what's going to happen when this ends. Everyone's going to point fingers and say, you're supposed to do that for me, and I'm unhappy with you. And well, no, this is because you chose to let someone else control your destiny.
And speaking of controlling destinies as well, too, I mean, you're not just the author of the book. You also got some others as well, too. You got the Fix It Yourself podcast, and you also working on another book as well, too. So, I mean, you got more things going on, not just sitting on your laurels with the Fix It Yourself Handbook.
Well, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be. When you talk about the book, I wrote the book so that people could get themselves back in tune, become efficient, become powerful. And you know what happens. Okay, now we fix what's going on in our lives, and we get to the next step. Now we have to learn to live there. So the next book is really going to be that. It's going to be kind of the Fix Yourself Handbook 2, so to speak. Now that you've learned the skills, here's what you need to do to stay there. And that's what another thing I think is missing in self-help or prescriptive books, if you will. This idea that we help people change, but then once they change, we drop them. We move on. Okay, you changed. Here's what you do next at this higher order, if you will. This is how you live at the new place that you've created.
And you talked about some of the aspects in self-help that are lacking. What are some of the things that they're also lacking compared to the Fix It Yourself Handbook that's currently lacking?
I think we have to approach people as though they're capable and not coddle them. And I think self-help got soft. Self-help wanted to be the pat on your back. It wanted to be the one that everyone loved. It's almost like parenting went, instead of being the firm parent, teach the discipline, teach the skills. So your kids went out there, knew what they were doing. We kept patting them on the back, and sometimes for things we shouldn't be patting them for. I just think self-help itself had to get strong again and had to say, okay, this is the way it is. And that's the way I wrote the book. I have 36 chapters, every one of them dealing with a specific problem. I state the problem, I give them the information, and at the end, I do something that in self-help you don't see. I said, here's the 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever, 10 things that you should do. If you do these, you will begin to overcome this particular issue. But you've got to have an action plan in place. And self-help got away from that. Self-help didn't say, hey, wait a minute, stop this. This is wrong. You need to do this.
You also talked about some chapters as well too. We cover some of the common questions. How about like a couple of more difficult ones and how to overcome that?
One of the most difficult things to overcome is honesty, or dishonesty, I should say. Everyone loves to tell the world how honest they are, and they're all seeking the truth. But when the truth is put in front of them, they have a real serious problem with it. And going inside and getting honest and knowing when you're honest, that first little patch of honesty where you say something. That's in the book, I call it, I liken it to an onion. That first thing you take off that paper, that's nothing, doesn't do anything. Then you start going deeper, and I start to burn a little bit. Next thing you know, you're tasting it, your throat burns, you got uncomfortable. That's what honesty will do when you first start getting into it. It's going to get you uncomfortable because what we talk about as honesty tends to be displayed in things like denial and rationalization and intellectualization, all those little denial things we use to make ourselves believe that what we're doing is okay. first step in the process, the biggest one, is to get honest, is to be able to say, this is who I am. These are the things I can do that are pretty good. These I don't do well. This is the mask I've been wearing. I want everybody to see this is the real me, because you're not going to change the mask. Then it'll just be another mask. You want to change the real person. That means going inside and getting all that stuff.
That is very interesting. I like that approach. And how about humility as well, too? It's like I'm seeing way too many people on social media just brag, brag, brag. And it seems like humility pretty much just went out the window.
We live in a society that is in your face, trash talking, and we've normalized it. We expect it to occur. They don't understand that, what humility does is keeps you learning, keeps you honest and saying, okay, I don't know everything and I don't need to. I can learn from you. We're doing this interview. When it's over, I will say, yeah, Mike said a few things there. It turned on a few lights for me, and that's what's supposed to happen. Okay, I'm the guy. I counsel people. That's great, but I don't know everything. So that reciprocity back and forth between teacher and student, that's necessary. Humility keeps that in place. And, people want to talk about wisdom. Humility is what paves the way to wisdom. If you get to the point that you think you've arrived and you're wise, you just lost it. That's the point you lost it, because there's no destination point for wisdom. Humility keeps it rolling. That constant learning, that's what fuels the wisdom. So as you get into the higher order parts of the book and the program, that's what you want to get into, where, you're dealing with that, where gratitude is there all the time, not just for something that you get. It's getting back to being whole, real people again.
Mm-hmm. And what can people get out of the book?
You're going to get a plan, an ordered plan from the beginning, where I say, let's take your life off autopilot so we can start looking at where you are and beginning with honesty. And then it's a journey. I take them right through, just like I would in a counseling situation, and say, okay, this is where we're going to start. Then we want to get you feeling good, where your world is something you really like. And then if you really like that and how you function in it, you're going to start to love yourself. Because that's the other thing. Self-help says, hey, everybody, let's love ourselves, and doesn't say a darn thing about how to get there. So what I'm looking at is, let's get all the work. Let's clear out all the toxins and all the garbage. Let's replace that with good, positive stuff. Let's get you to the point that you like your environment, so then you can love yourself there. That's what self-love's all about. And once you get that, you love your world, and you love people in it. But you got to clear the garbage out. Mm-hmm. You're not going to love the world when you're angry.
Exactly. And we love you as well, too. And where can we find your book at?
You can find the book typical places: Amazon, Barnes & Noble. My website is my name, FaustRuggiero.com. It's there. The website is dedicated solely to the book. It tells people everything about it. It has chapter outlines and what it can do for you, and excerpts, everything. So you can kind of try it on for size if you want to.
We certainly will do so. And what's coming up for Dr. Faust Ruggiero in 2021 and beyond, we'll find out in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Mosensia of Missing. Check it out on Amazon, paperback and ebook as well. We'll be back with Dr. Faust Ruggiero and the Fix It Yourself Handbook after this timeout.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mia Mosensia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamosensia.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device, subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with Dr. Faust Ruggiero of the Fix-It Handbook here on the Mike Wagner Show, and I think we need to fix something here. And oh boy, I think this chair needs to have a little Fix-It Yourself too. So
that I don't have in the book, Mike.
Darn it! You know something? I was just gonna punish this guy. And hey, Fish, you got some solutions for this here too? It's like whoop whoop whoop. Hey, you know something? I think we came up with an idea: the Fix Yourself Handbook with fish or for fish.
Or there you go. And anyone else for that matter. You know, it'll keep me writing until I die, Mike. I'll write for everybody.
Yeah, Fix Yourself for dogs, cats, animals. It's like the list is endless. and speaking of the Fix Yourself Handbook, what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Dr. Faust?
Well, we're doing a lot of things. I said we're going to start the design for the new book, hopefully writing within a few months on that one as we slow down on this part of what we're doing with the first book. But we're getting involved with a couple new projects. We're looking into some of the global trafficking issues, starting to get involved with that a little bit, as well as some of the ways that we're going to start working with getting us all feeling as though we're equal and on the same page in this country. So just starting to talk to some people about those projects. Those are kind of big ones, but I think that's where we need to start moving.
Mm-hmm. And certainly looking forward to as well. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
I have 3 or 4 or 5 people that I always kind of followed. For me, I look at Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was one. People of peace tend to be that. Mother Teresa is another one. Dr. King is one. I look at people like even Pope John Paul II was, these people were out there. They were really creating, they're really peaceful, good people with a plan. And that's the other part. For me, I don't go out and try to help anyone without a plan. I have a plan in my life. I want people to have a plan. These people had a good plan to move people forward. They were unrelenting, but they were loving and peaceful in the way they did things. So I've always followed that kind of a design.
Mm-hmm. And that's a very good design as well, too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Best thing I tell people is stop looking outside of yourself and don't think you're weak or don't think you have to keep up with the crowd. Don't worry about trying to fit into a new normal, anything like that. You create the life you want to have. You have that ability. Everything's inside you. But be willing to do the work. Be willing to go inside, get what's in there, and start making yourself a capable and eventually powerful person.
Mm-hmm. And that's very good advice as well. Once again, we're with Dr. Faust Ruggiero of the Fix Yourself Handbook here on the Mike Wagner Show. Dr. Faust, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your book?
Again, the best way to contact me is my website, faustruggiero.com. You can type that in or just type in the Fix Yourself Handbook. It'll take you to the website. Again, there you'll find everything about the book and how to contact me. And I'm very good about getting back to people. If you have any questions, anything like that, feel free to contact me. I'll love to return the message.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Dr. Faust, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific.
Thank you, Mike. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Hey, everybody. My name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.